Hi everyone, welcome to this week's pick a card reading. I hope you all are doing well because I think this is my first reading for 2021. I've taken a bit of rest because of course we all need it, and I'm back into doing the readings now. So I hope you all had a good start to the 2021. Just before we get into the card reading, there's a little bit of planetary energies just playing up right now. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have noted I made a few posts about a stellium that is sort of a gathering of planets in Capricorn, which is going to be at its peak on 9th of February. So the energies might feel a bit intense and dense depending on where you are in terms of, your self-awareness and stuff. So that could be one of the reasons, because most of the major planets except Mars are in Capricorn, and Capricorn's a very dense, very obsessive energy, very much like I want it and I get it, sort of very obsessive, intense energy. And it's all about discipline because Saturn rules Capricorn, so it's all about discipline, doing work. Saturn is also planet of karma, so a lot of what you sow, what you reap sort of energy. But yeah, if you need more information, do feel free to check my Instagram and read what it is. But again, it all comes back to how aligned you are, because if you're self-aligned, if you're aligned with everything around you, and you can maintain that balance, then none of these energies should sort of impact you. But it's just that with these external energies, sometimes it gets difficult. So yeah, if you do go through a little bit of dense emotions and stuff, then do understand that it could be because of these sort of forces and energies that are playing around you. Also, recently everything is impacting moon, which is a subconscious mind and our emotions. So Saturn's moved into, so I follow Vedic astrology, so Saturn's moved into the Shravan nakshatra of Capricorn, which is ruled by moon, and Saturn is a very sort of like strong masculine energy, and moon is feminine emotions and water sort of energy. We just had full moon, and then Rahu, the north node of moon, is also moved into the nakshatra of Rohini, which is again ruled by moon. And moon is also part of the stellium. So in short, like emotions might be sort of take a hit or might be impacted. So you might feel overwhelmed by emotions or feel absolutely no emotions at all. So just be a bit mindful, a bit watchful, because Saturn is very practical energy. So it sort of makes people a bit more practical. So relationships are not like sort of the key focus because it's a masculine energy. It's a very logical and practical energy. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But if you need any more information, do check my Instagram. So, okay, so as usual, we've got 3 piles here. Just, whichever pile caught your eye first, just go with that. Don't put too much mind into it, and that's what it is. And then we'll just go into each and every pile. So, yeah, I'll let you just choose for a couple more seconds. And then I'll just see you in whatever pile you've chosen. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this particular pile, then this is your reading, and we'll just get into the reading without much further delay. All right, pile 1. So these are the first 4 cards that we've got. Let's look at them one by one. So we've got new beginnings. That's your first card. That's the beginning of the card cycle, beginning of the cycle, or ending of one cycle and beginning of another cycle, whatever way you want to take it. Now, when this particular card is upright, because you had it reversed, you can see like there's a small little baby and everything is bright, glowing, new beginnings, there's a new pathway that's open, etc., etc. The child looks very happy, everything is blossoming. In your case, the card is reversed, which means that there is some obstruction to this new beginning. So this new beginning is making its way towards you in 2021, but there is some sort of a challenge. Now, this challenge is possibly from you. So you yourself are sort of blocking this new beginning from sort of, reaching out to you. So it's almost as if like, there's this energy of frustration here. Like, it's a cycle, like you it could be you're trying to aim for getting the new job promotion, or you're trying to find the relationship, the ideal relationship, or trying to reach a sweet spot in the relationship, or going to the next phase of the relationship. Could be anything, but the point what I'm making here is that there's energy of frustration here. So you keep doing everything, you repeat the same thing again and again, and it's almost like when you feel like you're about to just get it, it's the same results that manifest. It's the same cycle that keeps repeating, and it's sort of building up this frustration in you. So there's a lot of that irritating, frustrating energy that is surrounding this particular card. But the good thing is the new beginnings are on the way. It's just like a little bit of fine tuning that is needed, and then you can just manifest it. The next card that we've got here is Six of Worlds, Synergy, and it's reversed. So let's look at this card when it's upright. When this particular card is upright, so Six of Worlds, we see, this is not a coincidence, but there are 6 planets that are being shown here. And then if you watch the intro of my video, I mentioned that most of the major planets in Vedic astrology, we consider 9. Out of that 9, 6 are in the stellium, which are in Capricorn. Most of them are already in Capricorn. So do keep that in mind, that you could be, so this could also mean that Saturnian masculine energies become very obsessive. So you become obsessed with this one particular whatever it is, the relationship, person, job, or it's almost like it was a dream when things were easy, things could have unfolded, but suddenly there is obsessive energy, the Saturnian energy, the Capricornian energy, that energy of that I want to get it sort of energy. So that's what we see here. But so it's very self-centered sort of energy where it's more become like a challenge now, that I need to get this, or I need to win this sort of energy. But what this card is urging when it's reversed is you also see there are swans. So swans is more like external partnership, external people trying to help you, external energy, external support. But then you've got to sort of got yourself into this rut where you think your way is the way, that's the only way, that's how things are done. So this is a very logical sort of energy where you think this is how it is done. Very a book, very practical, logical way of doing things, where you think, for example, like if it's an interview for a job, or finding new jobs, there's like a set pattern that you've got, a way, this is how it should be, this is how it should unfold. So everything is already planned in your head, and you expect everything to go that way, but that's not how the universe or the planet runs. It's very much like you need to align yourself and things will come to you, but it can't be that obsessive sort of energy. So there's this sort of chaos going on in here. The next card that we've got here is the Fool Child, 0. 0 is the beginning, and you can see there's a fetus here. There's a wide-eyed child that is being curious and open to everything, as opposed to what the energy here is, where it is like, it is my way is the only way, or this is the way that has always been followed, and this is how things are done. So very bookish way of doing things, rather than more sort of getting the human element into it and doing things. So the universe is urging you to, this is the energy that you need to be in. This is the energy, like energy of a child, when you were curious and open to every single path. You were receptive to everything. You can see pelicans, toucans, owl, the wisdom of the child. Let yourself fall down. As you can see, there are hands below from the universe that will catch you. So this is where creativity is going to come into picture. This is the card of creativity, card of new beginnings. This is the card of new beginning. But whereas you're caught up in that frustration part of the new beginning, you're not letting that new beginning come to you, that new job, the new promotion, the next best thing to make $1 million, the next idea, the next phase in the relationship, the next person. It's like you go to the dates again and again, and you're manifesting the same results. You're not finding that lover, you're not finding that relationship, you're not finding that job, etc. That's because this part is missing. The creativity of a child is missing, the creativity of your inner child, and that's what it is sort of very significant in that particular card as well. So let that inner child come out. It's like life's become very serious business for you to get this particular thing, whatever this obsessed energy you have about something, like either to become the richest person in the world, or to get that particular place, to get that house, to get that relationship, to get this, to get that. something that you want to really, really get. It's the Capricornian energy that's just taking over you, the masculine energy. The feminine energy has no play in here at all. And this is where the fool, the child like energy comes in. So, go back to that part of your life. And this is the energy that you need to bring. When you do this, this is already trying to reach out to you. That was your first card. The new beginning is your first card. 2021 is bringing you new horizons, new beginnings, new harmony. But you got to just change a little bit of your energy. Next card that we've got here is another major arcana, followed by this major arcana is art. So it's like universe is stressing out this child energy very strongly in this. You've taken life very seriously. It's like become a very strict business for you. This is a card of art in this particular deck, but this is also a card of temperance. It's a Sagittarian card. Card of temperance. Temperance is like, balance. In this case, what happens is in other decks, in the traditional tarot deck, temperance is where a woman's got two pitchers and she's got like, water from this and water from that, and she's mixing it. And there's this alchemy, water from here flows into here, and then so she's doing something. So that's what, she's being playful while she's waiting for the new beginning to come to her. She's not getting frustrated. She's not getting agitated. She's got this patience and playfulness about her. And that is what is needed here. And you can see the same thing here with the hands. There's this water. There's water, this flow of water. So what the universe is urging is disintegrate the old patterns, beliefs, and the way of doing things you have, that this strict energy of this is how things should be. This is the only path. And this is how it is done according to the books, according to the culture, according to the society, according to this, according to that, which is all outdated. And let your inner child, the actual original creator, come out and do this alchemy so that, this next best idea, the next best lover, the next best relationship, the next job, and, the idea to make $1 million, etc. Everything comes to you. It should just flow to you. Because that's how the part of the universe is, to bring forth everything that you want. But the problem is that we as humans, we stand in between. We stand in our own way. There is no one else standing in our way. We are the ones that stand in our own way. What you seek is also seeking you is very true here. But you got to get out of your way. You got to get out of your way so that this part can play and the new beginnings can come into manifestation. Very powerful energy here. Like I said, there is this fire of creation. There's orchids, playfulness of orchids, newness of the orchids. And then, if you let that happen, you can see there's rainbows on the horizon. So it's about that playing with the hands, the alchemy. When you wait, don't wait in frustration. But this waiting period, the reason why this new beginning is not coming is you've been given this waiting period so you can create that magic, so that, that lightning bolt is that lightning, is that idea, so that something can provide that breakthrough. Otherwise, you will keep repeating the same pattern, same cycle, because you're going through the same rut. You keep following the same path and you think you're going to get a different manifestation. And you just keep repeating it again and again and again. This inner child is missing. Just bring in some fun, creativity, play. So while you're waiting for this new beginning, the next job, the next lover, the next relationship, next money, opportunity, etc., stability, whatever you want, do this. Just be playful. Find what you're interested in. Go indulge in your hobbies. Just be like a child. Be open. Be receptive. Once you can get hold of that energy, that same energy of playfulness and creativity is going to bring you the next logical idea to make millions. Sounds very foolish, but that's how the whole thing works. That's what is the role of this fool, the child, and that's how we are born. And that's how, the ideas are created. The ideas are not created because someone in the culture or society believed in so and so. Ideas come from people like these. People who believed in their own uniqueness, people who believed in the alchemy of making. That's where the ideas are born, and that's how, growth occurs. So make sure that you focus on that part of your story. Okay, next two cards we've got here are, so this little card that was on top of your pile, number 44, and we've got is to be redeemed after a painful relationship. What you see, so I won't literally go with the words, but if it does, sort of appeal to you, then, if resonates with you, then by all means go with it. It seems There could be some frustration in terms of, if you're in a relationship, things might not be moving to the next phase, or relationship with yourself, relationship with that new job, relationship with that new opportunity. So take it as it resonates. But what do you see over here? The most important part is you see there are like these little babies that are like angels flying in the air. Parents don't care. Parents themselves are being little kids. Like, is this man who's upside down playing with paper boats. A woman is trying to reach out for the flower, and the whole family looks like very playful. And to be blunt, like this is what this energy is. Fool, the child energy, the fool energy. They're all adults, children. They're all in the same energy, and that's the energy that you need to be in. The universe is just stressing this energy, so we'll just put it over here. This is the energy you need to bring in, instead of that whatever, like I am the ruler of the world sort of energy. The emperor energy is not needed right now. This is the energy, the child, the energy of the fool is needed, because we need new ideas, because you need that new ideas, new creativity, new opportunity to flow to you. Emperor is needed later in the stage. Right now it's the child. The next card that we've got here is complicated. And as you can see in this particular card, there are patterns, and this is what is happening here. So you're creating the same patterns again and again, no matter, you can try from whichever side you want, but you're just creating the same patterns again and again and again. So you're not getting the result. The result is empty. Whereas what is needed in that way, it seems everything seems complicated to you. But what is needed is just a fine tuning of your energy. Everything can become simple if you look at it from the eyes of a child. If you start focusing on this child energy, if you start playing with your creativity, if you like hands seem to be important here in terms of, maybe you're an artist, maybe, you paint, along with, of course, running, your business, and you're doing your job, reaching out for your next million and stuff like that, or your next relationship and, next lover, etc., etc. But what I'm saying is that, or your next house, some people, that's what they're obsessed about. So what I'm saying is, be playful. Whatever your hobbies are, give them some time, give them the airtime, let them take over. Some of you might be playing some musical instruments, just go indulge in it. Just give yourself some space away from this obsessed energy. So a simpler path that is waiting for you can be seen, because right now you are in that emperor energy where you believe this is the only way things are done. Whereas a child can always see a simpler path, because they're receptive, they're open to every opportunity. So right now you're not seeing the simpler path. You're not even seeing that new beginning might be actually standing right in front of you, that opportunity, but you cannot see because you've got a veil of your ego, the veil of the patterns on your eyes. So let that sort of be released, so this energy becomes dominant in your life. Next card we've got here is surrender. Let go of internal and external struggles in your life. Give up the fight to control others and situation. Relinquish your need to be right, and surrender to a higher power. It's the same message, same card. Surrender to this energy. Surrender your control. And that's the reason why you're going in the same rut again and again. You can keep doing it for next 10 years and you will get the same results. Fine tune it, change your energy, try this for once. Trust me, it works. I've done it. It works. It works magically. You manifest like a magician. That's how things just, and that's what the next card is. So from the Fool in tarot, you become a magician. So you need to adopt to this energy. You are an emperor, but that cycle is finished. Now you need to start a new cycle. To start a new cycle, you have to go to the Fool. You have to go to the child. That's where the creation happens. So surrender this control. So, relinquish that control. It's not needed right now. Next card we've got here is Jug, lighthearted, carefree time, temperance, freely, flow freely, carefree time. That's what we need. Claw, that's what you are being right now, obsessed. Be careful, do not take risks. So it seems like because now you've tried this cycle again and again, the chances are you might become reckless, and because there's a frustrating energy, you might become reckless and, might take some impulsive action. So be careful. Don't let that Capricornian energy take over you. And like I said in my intro, up to mid-Feb, Capricorn is bombarded. It's like all the planets are in that one room, and Capricorn likes to rule and Saturn likes to rule. So chances are, if you're not focused or aligned with your energy, you might take an impulsive action. So be very conscious of your energy. Try not to have, that claw approach to anything. Be the Jug, just be carefree. lightning, control your anger, you will be sorry. So yeah, impulsive action, try not to indulge into that sort of energy. Don't let frustration take the best of you. Let this energy overpower you, just give this, whatever you're obsessed about, give it rest, let it go for few weeks, few days. Just let it be, so that it becomes what it needs to be, and it can come to you so you can see the path clearly. Next card we've got here is Veiled Spirit. Trust the great mystery. The great mystery is this inner child. You need to trust it. Trust that inner child. Whales have got the wisdom. They've been here for a while, and they know where they're going. It's the depth. It's the depth of that. The children might seem like, what would they know, because they're just new to the world, and that's how we adults look at them. But children have got the new wisdom. They come with the new software. You and I were born in so and so year with that software, and this child that comes in has the updated version, if that's how you would like to see it. So trust that mystery, trust that process, the process of how this creative, playful energy can get you all that an emperor has. So let that just be itself. You don't have to understand. Stop using your head. It's not your place. Get out of your head and let this particular playful energy just do its part. Just give it a chance. That's all you need to do. The next card we've got here is Past, Present, and Future. And you can see in this particular card that, they all look the same. The birds, 3 birds, past, present, future, they all look the same. That's because you're repeating the same pattern. The pattern in the past, pattern in the present will reveal the same future. Just free them. Let it be. Just let it go. Yes, we've all made mistakes in the past. Yes, they carry in our present and they go in our future. Done and dusted. That is done in the past. You can't do anything about it. Just release it. Let it go. Whatever it is that is holding you back, allow the new leaves to sprout. That's the only message coming out for you is just play, just be who you are, like sort of, the child. The last card that we've got here is Authenticity. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. Are you being yourself? That's the question that is being asked. Are you being yourself? Because you being yourself is that child. That inner child needs to always stay alive. Otherwise, we get very carried away with this Capricornian emperor energy, or energy of like, I want to lead, I want to rule. This is the only way. This energy is very important. This is a very powerful masculine energy here, but we need this creativity. We need this childlike energy. And that's what the universe is urging you to do. Be your authentic self. Like, looks like you're wearing these masks for being this, whatever business tycoon, or, the practical person, the logical person, or this person pleases the society or the culture. This is what you need to be. Just be foolish. Just be playful. When you're doing this, all this comes to you when you're busy just, doing silly things in life. Because the point is, you are following, it's like a concept of like, you're born as an apple tree, but you look at all these other trees that are making mangoes, and they've got all these lovers, and they've got all these bank balance, they've got these houses, they've got this happiness, but you don't have it. So you're like, okay, so I have to find a way to make these mangoes, because apparently mangoes are the only way people can get all this. So now, being an apple tree, you're trying your best to become a mango tree. It's not going to work out. You're born with your unique, authentic blueprint. You just need to accept who you are. So be authentic, and you will make much more money than what the mango trees are making. You will have much more happiness. You will have a bigger bank balance. But just accept who you are. Accept your own magic of a child. So be your authentic self. Let go of all these masks that you're wearing for the society, culture, or to prove anything to anyone. Nothing has to be proven to anyone. Everyone's unique in their own value and aspect. So focus on that part of, the deal, and things will manifest. New beginnings and start of 2021 sounds good to me. Okay, so we've got some charms and stuff here. Let's have a look what we've got. So we've got a little star sign or sun sign, whatever you want to call it, astrological sign symbol, which is Libra. Libra is balance. So you need to maintain the balance between this side and this side. So right now, this side is too heavy. This side does not even exist. So the balance is tilted like this. And that's why you feel dense, heavy, intense, Saturnian energy, Capricorn, masculine energy. Put some energy here, balance the scales. Libra, that's what it is urging to you. A little message here that says, find joy in the journey. That's the point. Journey from here to here, here to here. Temperance, bring that joy in the journey. The destination is guaranteed. New beginning, abundance that will come. Look at the blossoms, in that particular card. That is guaranteed, but you need to find the joy in this journey. Otherwise you're just repeating that same patterns which I've covered, because obviously we don't want to highlight that energy. And then I've got little charms here. Let's have a look. So we've got a star and a moon, which is, kids like to look at the sky and they find excitement even in the stars and the moon. So maybe, you've forgotten to look at the stars and the moon. You're too focused in your laptop, too focused in making money. Look at the stars and the moon and let the universe bring all the money to you. And then we've got feather. Feather is very much like sign from a universe that, be lighthearted, be carefree, put it on the jug. So, everything that you want is coming to you. It flies to you. When you're being dreamy, when you're being childlike, when you find your inner child, that's when all this will come to you. Then we have princess, a crown. So right now, that's what you're sort of being entitled, that, this is how it should be. If I'm going to, being an apple tree, if I could make mangoes, which I deserve to have, because everyone has it. So a sense of entitlement, or, being an emperor, empress, princess, it's not going to help you. That's not what we're here for. Then we've got elephant. Now, elephant could literally be, maybe some of you really like elephants. Elephants could mean, what you want to, what you're dreaming of, it appears too big in your mind. That's because you're looking from an empress point of view. From a child's point of view, everything is exciting. It's not big. Elephant is like, exciting. Elephants, and if you are aware of baby elephants are the most sort of, crazy animal babies, and they're so happy, they're so joyful, they just run around like a maniac. That's what you need to, not literally run around like a maniac, but playful energy. That's sort of standing out. So we're going to put it on this side. And then we've got something called handmade. There's a small handmade, and that's the card here. Card of temperance, alchemy. So it looks like, you got to just do some alchemy with your inner child. You got to do some playfulness. And if, like I said earlier, if you're someone who has hobbies or creativities with hands, in terms of playing musical instruments with hands, pianos, drums, flutes, or guitar, or painting, or anything else, sort of like, but it has to be handmade, is in terms of like, you gotta be involved in the process of alchemy, and then this will come. Stop focusing on the destination. The joy is in this journey. So, do sort of work into it. And then last but not least, we've got a little alphabet here called little letter N. N could mean anything, could be your name, could be, I don't know what you're focusing on, or the person you're focusing on, but what sort of stands out for me, so, whatever comes into your mind the moment when you're watching this video is sort of a message from the universe, but what comes into my mind is not this way. So, no, this is not the way. This is the way. So, yeah, take what resonates with you. That's all I've got for you this week. Please sort of take care of yourself, and just have a great week, and try to be playful. All right, bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading if you chose this particular little heart and pile. So yeah, let's just get into your reading. All right, so these are the first 4 cards that we've got. Let's just look at them. All right, the first card that we've got here is cycles increase. We've got it reversed. Let's look at it upright. So the current energy is that there's some sort of increase, expansion coming towards you. And if you look at this card upright, you see like there's a path which is lined by these, precious crystals, beautiful trees reaching out to this big palace, which signifies prosperity, abundance. So that's what your path is. And it's sort of going outwards towards this palace. In your case, it is reversed, which means if you look at this particular card, it sort of shows that everything is going deep, inwards, down. So down does not mean it's decreasing, but it's sort of the direction is inwards, downwards, which could signify that, there is prosperity, there is abundance waiting for you, but something is sort of in the path, something is in the way, something is almost like you can't reach it. Very similar to pile 1 sort of reading, but in a different way. And also if you look at these crystals, which is like, thoughts, they seem to be falling away when it's upside down. Like, the thoughts are also sort of, they sort of overpowering, or they're becoming dominant. So that's the sort of energy. But the good thing is that the first card that we've got is increase. So that means that that's what the universe is sending towards you, abundance and prosperity. And it's all about doing some fine tuning, like I said, to power one as well. So the next card that we've got here is Four of Wands, aspiration, but it's reversed. So when aspiration or Four of Wands is upright, everything is reaching up, increasing, everything is expanding, everything is growing outwards, upwards. You know, these towers are coming out of the earth, Statue of Liberty. We've got these crystal or tower. There's a hand that's reaching out. There's lightning. Everything is reaching out. That's the point. But when that's the aspiration, you're reaching out for something. But when the same card is reversed, everything is reaching inwards, downwards, depth. So it seems like you've got dreams, desires, you've got, you know, plans, everything, etc., which is very physical in its energy, which is, you know, all these physical desires that you want to be manifested, you know, your next job, relationship, etc. You can just sort of, you know, tag it. That's not important. It's the energy that is the important part. So everything that you want is in this card, but there's something that's stopping it. Let's put it that way. And then the next card that we see, instead of everything going outwards, everything is going into the depth. Everything is pointing towards inwards, depth. So it looks like you need to have a look at, you know, your desires, dreams, etc., and try to figure out it through the depth, through your inner self rather than outer self. You know, there is time for outer, there's time for inner, and right now for you, it seems like it's time for inner work. So sort of, you know, contemplate, sort of look back at, okay, this is what I want, this is what I've been doing, and this is how things are working. So sort of like, you know, give it some time, give it some rest, sort of. So aspiration, but to go inwards. And the next card we've got here is Seven of Crystals, dullness, and it's reversed. So let's have a look at the card upright. So you can see there are a lot of crystals in this, but they're all opaque, they're dull. There's no light that can enter into this particular crystal. Crystal is thoughts. So a lot of thoughts, very heavy, you know, they seem like big, heavy rocks. So heavy thoughts, very intense energy, dense energy. And as you would have noticed in my intro, I already mentioned that we are going through some planetary energies where everything is sort of, you know, collecting or gathering a stellium in Capricorn, which is going to be at its peak on 9th. So I'm not surprised with this sort of a card, you know, with so much intense, dense energy. And in your case, everything is pointing inwards. So looks like it's time for you to sort of, you know, get some emotional rest and give your thoughts a little bit of break. Because right now that's a very, very dominant energy. There's a lot of dullness, like, you know, there's a lot of monotony in this, you know, sort of energy. Everything is weighing you down. Whatever this, you know, you're stuck in one particular situation, or there's one particular idea or one particular aspect of your life, you know, relationship, job, or whatever you want to call it. It's not relevant, but what's relevant is the energy behind whatever that thing that you want to target to, or a person you want to target to. There's a lot of dullness, so there's lack of playfulness and creativity again. So, but then that's sort of universal consciousness, universal energy right now. But yeah, so this is where the energy is right now. And then we've got the next card. Sorry, this was supposed to be a pride. The next card we've got here is Nine of Cups, whereas this particular card, in contrast to all these cards, is very colorful. Fulfillment. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So it seems like that increase is reaching out to you, but there's some obstruction here, something's going on here, or something needs to be done here. Like, you know, it's almost like universe is asking you to reflect inwards instead of outwards. Like, there's a way to reach this palace, or, you know, this lover, this whatever next thing you want, fulfillment, happiness, peace of mind, whatever you want, there's a way to reach it, but it is through inward, not outward. And as you can see in this particular card, there's, you know, grapes and wine, you know, flowers and nectar. So seeds and flowers. So the point is that the grapes have to be crushed to make wine. So maybe this is where the energy is, like, you know, you're feeling like this intense emotions, and, you know, all this is weighing you down. It's almost like you feel like you're being crushed emotionally. But then that could also be, like I said in my intro, Moon, our emotions are being impacted heavily by Saturn right now. Like, you know, it's just sort of Moon is being impacted by Rahu. Moon is being impacted by everything from everywhere right now. Even it's a part of Stellium, which is our emotions. And that's what the crushing you're feeling right now, crushing of the grapes. But if you could just stay, you know, focused and aligned in your energy, in your higher self, in your inner self, if you can just, give yourself that little time of rest, emotional rest, spiritual rest, if you could just, let the process take over rather than, be the man of the action, be the woman of the action, whatever you want to call it. If you let that happen, then this Nine of Cups of fulfillment is promised. So let this be, this process, let this be, but give yourself that time where, you need to go and look deeper into yourself and sort of realign your objectives and goals and desires, etc. That's what it is. The next two cards we've got here is love, number 33, and then we've got this card that you must have chosen, and it says coming together and changes for the better. And when it says coming together, now this could mean two people coming together. When they say my other half, the other half is not the other person. If you're in a relationship and you're watching this reading, then your other half is not that person you're married to, or if you're into dating and that sort of relationship is a point of this reading, then that other half is not that person. In business relation, the other is not that other out there. The other is that other in there. So your relationship with your inner self, your relationship with your inner child. So come together with that inner child. Come together with that inner higher self. Once you accept and embrace that inner child, you become complete and whole. And same thing happens with the other person that you're involved with. And then when these two people come together, then there's alchemy. There's this sort of love that we're talking about, but you need to be complete within yourself. That other half, your soulmate is your soul. You are the mate of that soul. If that's, I could put it into perspective. So your relationship with yourself and others need reassessing. And that's why we need to have this time of rest. Open up to love others by unblocking negativity. Embrace love without fear. Make it unconditional. So it looks like there's some sort of a love situation involving this particular pile. I can see some sort of, some of you might be going through some situationship, relationship issues. But I think the biggest point that I can see from here is that the most important relationship that you can first have is with yourself. First, go and conquer that relationship. And that is what this particular pile is about. You will get prosperity, you will get everything, but you need to be open to love, open to be, forgiving yourself and loving yourself, and also being open to, loving others. It looks like, there could be some people here who've got their heart chakra closed, or there's fear of intimacy, fear of love because of past hurts and all that sort of jazz. So what universe is asking is you need to open your heart because you're too caught up in your mind. These thoughts and emotions, they are overpowering you because you're too caught up here. Everything, that is why, is going deep inwards. That's because you need to open up your heart. That's where you're going to find that answer. Your answers are in your heart, not in your head. So get out of your head. The next card that we've got here is understanding. Again, you can see this woman raising her arms up, and then, she's almost in a place of trance, and there's this light that is going through her. And that is what, we'll put it under this particular card, that you need to be that light energy, not this heavy, dense, logical thought, mind, practical energy. Again, Saturn Capricornian energy very strongly coming out here, whereas the energy that is needed is, because the moon is being impacted here. So what the energy that is needed is this energy of love, energy of self-love, energy of loving others, energy of being loved. So being open to all these opportunities and possibilities of unconditional love, not the sort of love, where I do this, you do this sort of, but sort of just being open to love in terms of, it should not be like, you do this for me and I do this for you. That's more like a business relationship. So that's why it's saying, that first go and find that love in your heart for yourself, and then let others enter in, because once you're complete, you're whole, then that person who is also complete and whole, then together you can make this magic. And, of course, together prosperity is definitely on the cards. The next card that we've got here is heart. Love, deep affection and caring. Again, it's coming out very, very strong. Someone's close to love here, close to loving themselves, close to letting others love them. So there's fear of intimacy, fear of love, fear of heartbreak, etc., etc. Getting together with friends, getting together with, mates and stuff like that. So give yourself a little break from, just obsessed with this heavy thoughts and, everything that's weighing you down. Just, spend some time with, if you've got pets and stuff, maybe, do that. Then the next card we've got here is egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. So egg is, again, initiation of new ideas, new beginnings, new prosperity, new cycle and everything. So that is assured. So you don't need to worry about this first card that will just turn upright. Like that energy will just align itself if you align yourself in this center part of it. Like let this love, be open to this love, whatever's coming your way in terms of love from the universe, self-love, love from people, just be open to that. And then this is assured. This particular thing, there is no doubt here at all. Next card that we've got here is Turkey Spirit. Give with gratitude and grace. So Turkey Spirit is asking you to, again, give with gratitude and grace. So give love to others. Give, if there's exchange of any sort of transactions, then give it with gratitude and grace, not because, oh, I have to do this. There's no point in that energy. That energy does not bring you any good. So sort of be open. There's a lot of, this entire, bottom row is, if I have to just put it in one line, it's like a closed heart. Just if you open that, heart, it's like fear of being uncomfortable, fear of pain, fear of, not repeating that. You've just closed yourself to life. And when you've closed yourself to love and life, you've closed yourself to abundance and prosperity. And that does include money and, everything, all those millions, $billions, everything that you want. But the money that comes with peace of mind, money that flows to you, money that is easy to come, prosperity that's easy to come, not something that, where you have to sort of keep penny pinching or keep looking at your bank account every single day. That's not the kind of money we're talking about, but abundance and prosperity that just flows to you because that's what you need. The next card that we've got here is masculine energy, and that is very strong in here. Like I said, the heart chakra is closed. The masculine energy is playing prominently with this seven of crystals, which is all logical, practical. You can't understand the process of creation by closing your heart and focusing on your mind. And that's where you are. You're just playing through your head. That's the only place you work from. So that masculine energy is very strong here. And again, like I said, that could be because of Saturn, Capricorn, Stellium. And in 2021, masculine energy is anyways going to be higher because Saturn has placed itself into Capricorn, and that is going to be the major planet that's going to be impacting. So that energy is going to be very powering. But you need to balance that masculine and feminine energy within yourself. And that is what this union of coming together is. Bring your masculine, which is logical, practical mind, and bring your feminine side, which is emotions, which is intuition, thinking from a place from where creation, new ideas come up. That's where the ideas to bring prosperity and abundance is going to flow from. So yeah, so masculine energy is very strong in this particular pile. 28, knowledge. Let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So this knowledge could be self-awareness. This knowledge could be, above and below is let your heart and above, let your brain and your heart connect. Right now, you're very mind focused, brain focused person who lives in his head or her head, not in their heart. So you can't be, too obsessed with your heart as well, because, then you can't get anything done. So the point is, let those two be connected. Let all the decisions, let all the love flow through your head and your heart, but be open. That's what it is. So that's the channel that is blocked. Open that channel and you open the channel for prosperity, abundance, and everything else that you want. So yeah, and then again, let me connect above and below. Again, that below part, which is depth of your heart, depth of your inner self. That is very important if you want to reach out to the sky. Sky is not the limit, they say. So if you want to reach out to the universe, so depth, it's through that particular path. So do focus on that. And then we've got like these little charms and stuff. Let's see what we have here. The first thing that we've got here is sign of, what is it? Scorpio. Scorpio is mystery. Scorpio is dark, deep, underworld, depth, mysticism. That's again, sort of that manifestation, creative energy. So you are being guided to self-reflect on whatever your beliefs, patterns, etc. is right now. You need to go inwards. So go into your hermit mode. And if you're already in hermit mode, don't question it, because you are there for a reason. You're there for a reason to understand that you need to open up your heart chakra. You need to be, open to be vulnerable again, despite whatever you might have gone through. And we've got a little dog tag, Trekkie. Now, Trekkie, I'm not a Star Trek fan, but apparently this is a term from there, which means person who's lost reality, or is not in touch with the reality. So that it sounds sort of, feel free to correct me if that is not what it means, but yeah, from my research, that's what it says. So person who's lost touch with reality, and that's why you need to go inwards to realize who you are, to find your real self, open your heart and be grounded in reality. Right now, you're all in your head, mind, in the air. That's where you are. So that's not something that sort of, stands out. And then we've got the letter M. Now, some of you, for you, it could mean something, could be the person, significant person in your life, your name, some month, or any other word that comes into your head as soon as you hear this letter. But for me, what stands out here is the masculine energy, and that's why I've just kept it on top of it. It's very powerful masculine energy in this entire pile, and that's what you're sort of, channeling. You just need to sort of focus on your feminine energy. What we've got here is a lot of feminine, beautiful sort of energy flowing in. Butterflies. Butterflies are transformation. I've got two butterflies, a dragonfly. They're all about transformation. So you're going through major transformation, and that's the reason why you feel these heavy, dense emotions, thoughts. Just need a little bit of tuning, which is needed from your side. Open your heart. Once you open your heart, that's the way. The way to this abundance is through your heart. As simple as I could say. There's a bird, which means, very much like free yourself from this, despair of the mind, and let yourself be carefree and fly high, sort of like, you got to be lighter. Whereas right now you're being like this little mouse, or rat, whatever you want to call it, hiding in the dark, hiding behind these thoughts and my ideas, and then masks and practical self. You're not giving chance to this carefree butterfly, birds, dragonfly sort of energy. So play with this energy, just open your heart, and just watch how universe will bring everything else in line for you. So please take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. And above all, just have a fabulous week, and I'll see you in the next reading. All right, pile 3. Welcome to your reading if you chose this particular heart or cards. And let's just start with your reading. All right, so first 4 cards that we've got here are, all right, let's start with the first one. Oh, 4. Number 4, Spirit. Angels of the 4 directions. So that's a lot of 4. 44, 444. If 4 is a number that you see, I don't know if you believe in synchronicities and stuff. So that's something that's standing out. But that card itself sort of, is the umbrella card for the entire reading. Angels of the 4 directions. That means the universe, or whatever you believe in. You call it God, higher power, whatever you believe in, luck. Name it what you want to call it. That is very dominant in your life right now. So you've got support from the entire universe in whatever you want to do. So whatever you're dreaming, whatever your desires are, don't give up on it, because the universe is very powerfully sort of, sending a statement here. Universe is in your favor. All the elements from all 4 directions will come to manifest what you want. Just do not lose hope and focus. Just follow the prompts of your heart, and this support is there. So it's like whatever you want is already granted to you. You just have to make your way to it. It's almost like as if it's there. But if you just turn away or lose hope before you reach there, then it's entirely up to you. So very much like, universe is just in your favor. Like, yeah, it's a very beautiful card to start the reading. All right, second card we've got here is Equanimity, 2 of Crystals reversed. And let's have a look at this card. Crystals are thoughts. And as you can see, there's this very nice blue, clear, scented sapphire. And this is the sort of thoughts, aligned thoughts that we need to have, make a clarity of thoughts. This is what clarity of thought signifies. And then we've got some other random crystals broken, sort of clumped together at the bottom. So that's one part of it. Now, when we reverse this becomes the dominant part of the energy. And that is what is sort of, showing up. So universe is in your favor. Let's just, accept that elements, everything's working in your favor. Whatever you do, you will be supported fully. But what's happening with you currently with your energy is that instead of being this centered in your mind, there's a lot of chaos going on, a lot of thoughts, ideas, beliefs, etc. Sort of clashing, clumping together. And the next card we've got here is Stagnation, 8 of Cups. So there's a lot of there's no movement. It seems like you sort of feel like time has stopped. Like there's swampy waters, frozen water, there's broken pots, there's closed cups, there's flowers that are drowning, and very dark sort of card, Eight of Cups, stagnation. Cups are emotions. So stagnation of emotions, or literally like there's no movement. It almost feels, the energy feels like like it's not moving. It's not moving. There's no, so some of you could be sort of, feeling absolutely nothing. Some could be feeling some sort of sorrow or regret or something, but there's no movement. So some of you could be actually surprised or not familiar with this energy because you've always been in the action, doing mode. And suddenly you're in a place where there's nothing happening. Like it's just quiet, too much silence. So see which part do you resonate with? Are you sort of the one where you feel frustrated because of stagnation, or are you the one where you're sort of surprised to go like, I don't like this energy of there's nothing to do. Like there's no action, nothing's happening. Like where's the next excitement or next best thing sort of energy? The next card we've got here is Six of Crystals. Again, lots of crystals and confusion. So it seems like that is causing that entire confusion. A lot of mind games. It's all about mind. Mind confusion, lack of clarity, and then stagnation of emotion. So that's what is happening. So you are in some sort of a situation, or there's something in specific, or someone in specific, or something in particular that is sort of making your emotions stagnant. Again, a lot of planetary energies, as I said in my intro. Moon. So moon is emotions that is being impacted because of that. So that could be one part of it. But in your own card, in your own energy, also there is some confusion. But if you just sort of, the one part of the reading is that sometimes stagnation or period of rest is there for a reason. Like, to be able to reach this clarity of mind, that is why universe wants you to be in this mode. So instead of getting frustrated and stuff here, just enjoy the peace and look for what is it that universe wants you to focus on. What is it that becomes, dominant in your energy field in this silence. Try to sort of look for good in this silence. One part is that. If you do that, then with what happens with stagnation is all these other ideas will start coming up, the new ideas, because you've been working with this mindset, right? And you've been doing action. Suddenly you hit stagnation. The reason for that stagnation is something had to stop that energy because you were creating the same thing again and again and again. The universe wants you to create something new. So there's stagnation, period of rest. So you could allow the new energy to flow in, new ideas. And that's what you see, all these different shapes, forms, colorful crystals. And when you accept that period of rest, let's not call it stagnation, but when you accept that period of rest, then there's going to be a lightning bolt that is going to break through one of those ideas, and that could be your dream. That is what you're going for. And as you can see, there's this purple light, which becomes very dominant for me here, purple light that breaks through, and there's a purple light of that universe. So maybe this stagnation, or again, like I said, let's not use the word stagnation, maybe this period of rest, the Eight of Cups, everything stands still, is so that you could allow this energy of the universe to break through the ideas. You can allow this energy of new ideas, creativity, expression to come through and break that stagnation if that's where the energy is. Like, if some of you are actually feeling stuck. And again, this will just vary based on, where you are placed. So see what resonates with you. The next card we've got here, which you chose, must have chosen in the pile, is 43. To rescue the relationship. For some of you, this could also mean stagnation or stuck, is that, you're stuck in some sort of a relationship or situationship, or within a relationship, or stuck in a job, or stuck in some drama or something. You feel stuck. And this is what this person is sort of drowning in that. So, the emotions sort of are drowning. It's like you're being pulled down. So something needs to be redeemed. And in period of rest, you can find the solution for redemption. So like again, I said, take as it resonates. The next card we've got here is risk, which is, you can see a lady standing at the edge of the cliff. Some of you could feel that, stagnation could also mean that there is no way forward. At least in your head, you think there is no way forward. This is how it is. This is how I feel. But there is always a way forward from here. The way forward from here is, look up to the universe. And like I said, universe is in your favor. There will be two things that will happen. Either you will fly, and that's where you will learn the new skill, the new idea, and that's where your new next best option is. Or you will fall down into this sort of valley here, but a valley where there is the next best idea or the new world or the next creation. In either way, whatever option you choose from here onwards, the point is that you cannot continue on the same path, this path that did not have clarity. The universe wants you to take the risk of a fool. So this is a card which sort of is the energy of a fool in tarot. That's the first card, the card of zero, the card of beginning, card where you take risks, where you look at things from a wide-eyed child. And this is energy very similar to the cards that I had in pile 1. Once you are at this edge, you just let that universe take over. The next thing is just surrender in terms of take that leap of faith. But you need to have faith. And that's what I said, hope, faith is very important in this particular pile. You need to sort of, let it, so we'll put this here, redemption of emotions. So you need to believe in the universe and take this leap of faith. You are supported by all elements of the universe. And if this is something to do with a relationship, situationship sort of drama, or if you thinking of changing a career, universe is already on your side. It is already done. You just have to be there. Like, maybe the dream that you, or the dream that you want is up in the air, or it is down in the valley and you're standing here, and the universe is saying, just jump and I will take you there. But your problem is that fear of jumping, and that is where this confusion is coming through. But this is the leap of faith. You have to take it. There is no easy way. There is no hard way, but just know that you're already supported. There's nothing that can go wrong here. If I'm allowed to say that here, there is nothing that could go wrong here. Universe is in your side. I can't re-stress it again and again. And if this is something like a relationship, situationship, where you feel you're unable to express your emotions and you're using your mind too much, there's no clarity, there's confusion, this is the signal from the universe to say, express yourself, express your true self. Like this female, like this person is just sort of surrendering to the universe and letting that light entering into a heart. So redeem this relationship. Like, you have the power to redeem it at any stage, no matter what has happened in the past, no matter how you acted, how they acted, or what happened there, or whatever the pattern was. That's not important, but redeem this relationship is what universe is saying. This is for your highest good, and that this is where the universe is taking you. That's the reason why you feel you're standing at the edge and everything feels dead end. It feels like a dead end, because it's not the dead end. It is from where you will begin a new cycle in 2021. Next card we've got here is intuition. Look at areas in your life that need decisive action. Search your heart for the right answers. Listen to messages that come from your intuition and follow through. And your intuition is the universe, is your higher self. And that's what you can see. This lady is just standing, there are some wild cats down there, but this lady is just standing, smelling the flowers, and the ocean is so calm and composed. And that's what your intuition is. Your intuition is calm and composed, no matter what the chaos and confusion in your head is. This is where your heart is. And this is where, when you have to take a risk, this is the place that you need to act from. This will never let you jump, because the logical mind says, if you jump, you're going to die, you're going to break your bones, or, this is going to happen. But you need that hope and faith, and that what universe is providing you and saying, take that leap of faith. You've got nothing to lose. You can't get bigger validation than this. So take this as a sign, as whatever it resonates. Next card that we've got here is Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. And that's what I said. When you jump down here, either you will learn to fly or you will go into the valley, and there is the success that you're looking for. Success in relationships, success in business, success in work, success in life. Whatever you need is in that valley. Where you're standing, you can stand at that cliff for the rest of your life in this energy. That's a choice you make. As a human, you have that choice to make. That is always going to be yours. But this is what the universe is saying. If you jump and if you go into that valley, that's where your deep strength and peace is. The next card we've got here is Ant, work, achievement, success. So maybe, you've always been into this work mode, ant mode. That's one sort of energy where I said, maybe you've been into this one work. So the universe has to give you this quiet time so that new ideas can enter, new love can enter, new there's a redemption of relationships, etc., etc. And door opportunities are waiting for you. Like, it's very much like you're standing at the edge of the cliff, indecisive because you're thinking from your head. Think it from your heart. Take that leap of faith. Universe has already got its arms open from all four directions and is ready to catch you. Can't be more clearer than that. So you are actually standing in your own abundance and your growth and your expansion and your stuff, success, etc. Next card we've got here is 56 number, Spider Spirit. Make your dreams real. So you've got these dreams, you've got these desires, but there's this confusion, there's stagnation of emotions. You're standing at the edge of the cliff, you don't know what to do, and you keep just weaving this web in your head like a spider spirit. That's why it's reversed, because you're caught up in this confusion. You're caught up in your head, too much time in the head, too much thinking logically. There are matters. When you're at the edge of the cliff and this is the only way, your heart is the only one that, your heart and faith is the only one that will take you forward. Your mind will never let you jump. Your mind is going to just keep taking you through circles and patterns, and it's going to take you into that victim mindset to tell you how you reach this. The point is you had to reach this place. The universe made sure that every single decision you made brought you to this point because your growth is from this point forwards. Whereas your mind is going to sort of let you sit here and wallow in misery and victimhood to say, if you could have only taken this decision right and this decision this way, that way, you would have not reached this point. The part is no. You would have anyways reached this point because it was already written that this is where you have to come in order to become your higher self, your best self. You get the next best love, best relationship, job, business, etc., whatever you want, house, prosperity. So get out of this web that you have weaved in your own head. Get out of that rut. Get out of that, stagnation, if that's what the energy you're resonating with. So you can jump into this valley and the new opportunities can open up for you. 2021 is looking the best for this person or these people, whoever you are, because you're blessed with the universal energy. Universe is in your side. I mean, you don't want anything else on your side, to be honest then. The next card we've got here is number 12, Truth, Eagle. Now, eagle's got so consider yourself this like an eagle. So there are two options. You can go into a valley and there's abundance and success. I mean, you can't make this shit up. The way these cards, they come out from random decks. And like I said, I randomly chose them. But everything is so, it's just like everything is, it just melts into each other. That's how these cards are, if I have to use the right words. So you have two options. Either you will fly like this eagle that will also always get its objective, whatever it is supported. Or you will go into the valley, which is also full of abundance. I don't see a point where it says you're going to die or things are not going to work out in your favor. The only place where there's stagnation is in your head. Get out of that head. Go express yourself to whoever you have to express these emotions to. If this is a relationship, situationship, that sort of drama. Leave your past and rut behind. If your mind is telling you should have not done this, that, doesn't matter. You had to do whatever you had to do to reach this point because the universe wanted you to come to this point. So you can make a choice between these two. Or you can spend your life standing at the edge of the cliff. The next card we've got here is Dream, 45. Dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and last till morn. Wondrous dreams for days reborn. So some of you could be probably having sleepless nights because of, this confusion, because your mind and your, web of whatever you've been weaving. Now, this could also mean in some cases web of lives, web of deception, web of, whatever, web of thoughts, web of just pure words or whatever webs you're weaving in your head. Because that's where, stagnation starts in your head. And then open your heart. If so this is what it's saying is that, let your heart be open, take that leap of faith. Universe is in your favor, so you can, dream big, have a sweet sleep. And then, once you do all this, once you take that leap of faith, then you will be in a place of peace, in a place of growth, in a place of expansion. So please take what resonates with you. And as it resonates with you, just take only what resonates with you. Okay, so we've got little charms and stuff here. Let's see what we've got. So we've got sign of Aquarius. So some of you could be Aquarians or dealing with an Aquarian. Aquarian energy is very free-spirited energy, carefree energy. And that's what you need. You got to be free-spirited, carefree. Don't worry about just too much about your, caught up in a mind. The next little dog tag we've got here is hope. Hope has to be on your side if you want to jump off the cliff. You know, you can't be standing there with your mind and universe is in your side. I don't see any problem with you doubting. Don't doubt what your heart is saying. And that's what your heart is here. So put your heart into one of these things. Either aim for flying high or find your success in that valley. But there's no middle ground. There's no middle way. And spending life at the edge of the cliff is not going to really give you much. And then we've got this letter W. W could mean something to you. Could be a significant person. Could be your name or anything that comes into your mind that starts with W. Or it could mean, for me, what it stands out here is what is your next best step? What do I do? The question, what is next? This is next. So you need to choose. You open your heart and choose the next best option, whichever you feel inclined to. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about which option. Just take leap of faith. You know, trust me, you don't ever lose anything with leap of faith. Never. Even if, you know, there's nothing beautiful in that valley, some new door is going to open. So I don't understand what the problem here is. And then, you know, this entire pile is like so blessed. We've got little fairy, angel, whatever you want to call it. We've got wreath, the Christmas wreath. So, you know, celebration on the door. So little celebrations, let that Christmas spirit in, let that joy come in. And that's why when this stagnation will leave, that's when this confusion will leave. And then we've got another Christmas little angel. There's so many angels and so much universe support in this particular pile. Then we've got honeybee, which is again, you know, very pure energy. So, yeah, some of you could relate to these, like, you know, I don't know, you must be involved in honey making and stuff. And then we've got a seahorse, again, a very mystical creature. So very dreamy sort of energy in this particular pile. And it's like success is guaranteed. Everything is very spiritual and mystical when it comes to these little charms. Like, you know, all the elements of the universe are in your favor. Now it's entirely up to you what you want to do with that, because in the end, the decision is always yours. How long do you want to stand at the cliff, edge of the cliff, is a decision that you get to make, and the choices are yours. So please take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. Above all, just have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next week.